Hi guys. So basically, I'm gonna show you a couple things. This will be a long video just so you know. So basically, this is my multi-view monitor that I have for OBS, and basically, there it can hold up to 8 scenes normally, and being able to view them. I have 7 here, and basically, um um so I have on this one these multi actions that basically do this. For example, it basically puts it in a preview and then it puts it in a program just to make sure it's right one. And so basically, for example, this one is main camera. So if I press this one right here, it basically loads up um, the the capture card with camera into the preview and then into program. And then if I press this one, which is my desktop right here, connect it to there. And so basically, um, this monitor goes up to those massive cables because of how I actually kept them off the desk. And this monitor's behind there. And so basically, I'm going to show you what this multi-action does, which is open OBS. So when I go to open OBS, what open OBS does and close OBS, I also have one that says multi-view. So multi-view is basically it will open OBS and it will also open the multi-view, which is basically just an automated script that runs to open it. So, and then the other one, which is quit, it will basically quit. It will quit. This one will quit. It loads OBS. So the prerequisite of how to do this, you have to have OBS in studio mode, and then that's about it. So after that, let me show you the multi-action. So let me go to my Stream Deck. So with so also let me just actually run this script real quick to shut it down because I actually need to have it off. So the start just starts it up. The shutdown sends a shutdown command by basically typing in SSHs into the server, and then it types in the password, then it types in that, then it types in C user, then it types in Windows, CCD Windows, System 32, and then it shuts down the computer. So, and a wake on command just basically use wake on LAN to send a magic packet through extra terminal to there. But this is the open OBS, which does a lot of stuff. Okay, let me get started. So the first one, it opens terminal, then it does a delay, then it types in the MAC address of the computer, then it types in a delay, then it basically presses, then it quits terminal. After that, there's a delay. It opens a software called Open OBS, which is a software that basically that will quit Docker, Plex, and BitTorrent, and it basically quits them. Then there's another delay. Um then many OBS will open OBS, and then it will lower it down into the dock. From after minimize it to the dock, it will then run another multi-action. It will continue running another application, which is multi-view, and then once multi-view runs, it will open OBS multi-view viewer, and then after that it will switch to scene in the multi-view, and then the scene is which is cam preview. Then it goes to program. After that it does a delay, then it does record, then so after that it does record, and after that it does a delay, then it basically does a countdown, and all this happens the countdown happens in 30 seconds, and then after that it does a overlay with the name, and then it does the delay, and then that multi-action ends. When I'm done recording and switching and stuff like that, I would click on close OBS. Once I close OBS, so what this one does a delay. Then after that, it hides the lower third. Oh well, I think I messed up already. Oh yeah. So basically, I went all the way down. So basically, with this one, it does goes back to the camera scene. Then after that, it goes down to the next scene, which is show overlay, hide overlay, and then it goes show overlay, which is the countdown. Then it does an end multi-action. Then it ends multi-action delay. Then it stops recording. Then it basically runs the max, which will maximize OBS. Once it maximizes OBS, it would start the terminal, run the shutdown command, and then it will close OBS, which will run these softwares again, Plex and Docker and keep it torrent, and the multi-action ends. So I'm gonna show you. So this is on, and so let me just zoom back. So if we just press this one, it opens up. This is going to take a little bit of time because of I'm doing it from scratch. So as you can see, and if you pay attention over there, Qubit torrent closing, and Docker closing, Plex closing, as you can see. There we go. Opens OBS. And then it runs that multi-action. This computer's booting up. Then over here, it does that multi-action. And it opens up the thing right here. So in total, it takes about 1 minute to fully start. So, and if you pay attention to Stream Deck, it's still going. And so now, as you can see, it switched to here. And all this doesn't happen during the recording process. It just starts up. Like, this only part that happens during the recording process is the countdown, which is a 30-second countdown, and you can see me there. And so while that's doing its thing, and so basically I have an overhead camera, which you see right here. which is just the C920 aiming down there for unboxing. And so while that finished countdown, that then turns on, turns off, then it does that. But if you notice, it comes on twice because of using the same key to use both of them, since it saves on buttons. And then I can basically go here, and then is that one? Yeah, this one. Switch, and then, for example, switch this one. And also, if I don't know, and I have a record button there as a separate record function, just in case I want to record separately, not run the whole multi-action. And so this one, I can also use it to tell when I'm recording. So after that, I can press this button, which is quit. It switches back to the overhead. It switches back to the camera, main camera, which is right over there. It would do the countdown for the 30 seconds to end the video, and I can say some other stuff during the video. So the last 30 seconds of the video, and if I want to drop links, I can, which is like description below, or I can do that in the first 30 seconds since the roadcaster is as a main action. Is a main thing. So after that, we go over here. So after this part, it waits 1 minute just to make sure the file saved. Because of if I'm recording a long video, it needs at least a minute to render out on the M1 or any other machine I use. It will render out, and once it renders out, it will be saved to an external hard drive folder, or specifically a NAS. And then once it gets saved there, I basically just can edit the video file, and yeah. So now you see there goes OBS opening, and since it opened, you'll see it press exit. Now it runs a terminal command. This terminal command literally is SSHing into that machine over there. And if you look, it just basically is SSHing, and then you'll see this computer shut down. See? And so after that, it quits. And then after that, you'll see over here that it will run Docker, qBittorrent, and Plex up there in the corner. And if you look there, the multi-action is done. And if you want to, you could put all this into a multi-action switch to save on one button. But so that's how that one works. And in total, if you record a 20-minute video, should take literally like 24 minutes to like make the video, or to actually render it out and do all the multi actions. You could probably speed up the actual the thing if you want, by basically making some of the script faster. I just did that, and some of this stuff could be like not done, because if you have your computer always on anyway, you could basically skip the wake on LAN part. But if you need to wake on LAN the computer, because the machine I have that wake on LAN, reason I have wake on LAN is so I can basically use GPU rendering, and it would take more power to run that than it would just to have it run 24/7 than to turn it on and off each time. So all of that, and this could turn off, and then after I'm finished with this machine, because normally this machine would actually get turned off, but lately I've been keeping it on because of the one thing that would be deleted from here is the Plex and Docker and the web hosts, which are all running on this machine. It would get eventually moved to a NAS that I actually have on order. But other than that, you don't have to worry about running most of the stuff. But I just basically went from 32 buttons of basically random stuff for OBS down to 8. I'm talking about 8 for this is for shorts. This is for the camera. This is for capture and cam, overlay and cam. Overhead and cam, overhead and desktop and cam. And so these are just the bigger, allow me to record long sessions, or I also have this set up to like do some. I can have this set up to do some streaming, but it's recording for now. And these are just make it so if I want to basically just record individually with just these and then switch between these, I can basically just press this one right here, which is the multi-action, which is a multi-view. And the multi-view will open OBS, and then it will minimize, open the multi-view file. And so you don't need to run this one, or you also don't need to use that. So this is just to start up the computer independently if I want to draw or just work on some virtual machines. And then I can switch between here, and it would switch automatically. Super sources are fun because this is just something I actually decided to make. So, and this background is here for when the computer happens to be off, and I can basically just know which is what. So if we go to here, this is the capture card, and the why you see black on those two is because of these only show when active, and so I can basically make them show when not active. I can make them show when active too, so just that's why it shows black. But then you can just do actually that. And then this one is where I like to start it. That's why I have it on the main multi-action up here there. And I can probably do one more, which I may do. Just remove one of these things, and probably this. So what I'm going to do with the last one is the Mac desktop to show my Mac desktop. So I can basically turn this way and record that way. So yeah, I hope you like my source, my actual recording setup. Yes, this cables are a mess there, but I really, ran out of zip ties in order to tie this stuff together. Um, I used last zip ties on my other desk and haven't ordered it anymore. But other than that, yeah. Other than just that, everything is pretty much off the floor. The only thing you see on the floor are these two cables, which goes to the PDUs there. One which goes behind there to the PDU, and then a cable under here which goes to my switch, which is right there, and my headphone cable. Most of the other cables that were on the other desk are gone. So yeah, I hope that actually helped you with your setup for with the Stream Deck and this. And the only reason I actually did this was because of the ATEM. Basically, I had was basically there was latency in there, and this had I can have better timing control with the Rodecaster and the OBS than the Rodecaster and also the ATEM, because I had to plug the Rodecaster into the ATEM into the computer, and the Rodecaster into the computer, and it would just been too much work just to get it working how I wanted. And this is actually perfect. And the only thing I would have basically used the ATEM for was to run this cable, which is which is an HDMI cable, to allow me to plug in iPad, phone, or extra laptop. This cable right here is for my Stream Deck. For my Switch, and that basically allows me to press this button. So when I press this button, I can basically just lift up the Switch, and it goes to here. Or when I press this right here, it would go to that cable there. And then I replace the 2-port one with this one, which is a 4-port. So this allows me to have a USB cable connected here. So when I need to hook up a laptop to actual either the capture card using the cable that's right there, I need to have keyboard and mouse. So I have this one right here, and it can be put into OBS right here, so I can record there. Or I have an HDMI cable right here that hooks to this switch that's hooked to this monitor, so when I plug it in, it switches, and I can press the switch button right here to switch between there. And that is just has SSDs in there. I had hard drives in there, but the hard drives were too actually noisy. Put them somewhere else, and the Mac Mini is there just for workstation purposes, and it gets enough airflow. And this drawing tablet is here for monitoring the computer, and also drawing tablet because of it's for annotations, because I have GIMP running on here with GIMP loading up at start. Same with the VMware workstation. So when I need to switch to the computer that's there, I press this button to number 2, and number 2 basically allows me to control the computer that's in the back room with this keyboard and mouse. And number 3 would be for the cable that's right here. And this Rodecaster is plugged into the USB hub that's behind all the mess of wires back there. And so the only thing that is over here is this USB-C cable for charging the mouse, and my controller, which is meant for the Switch. And then this pen is I use for here for annotation and also drawing, because I can just turn if I need it closer. I could turn this over here and bring it closer. I have this little foot thing just for comfort of foot, and this doesn't connect to Wi-Fi properly, well, my Wi-Fi specifically, so I actually set it up on the 2.4 gigahertz network on my phone that I made with the hotspot, and then after that I just set it up to be brighter, and then and have it controllable on my phone. So yeah. And then this actually was a recently new edition. It was actually earlier today. So yeah. And this shock mount is new for the Electro Voice. So it's doing its thing, and also it's not a big hunking shock mount. So yeah, I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. That's the Stream Deck set up with the OBS with multi-view. Thanks for watching. Bye.